Hello. For some reason, right now, at this very precise moment, um, I'm thinking of making this video title very, very clickbaity. I don't know why. Just, yeah, today I thought I'd share with you one of the best techniques, or it's more of a trick, possibly, to achieve sidechain ducking with Fruity Limiter, in my opinion, right? Like, for me, when I discovered this, it was sort of like magic. Okay, so here we go. How do you sidechain in FL Studio? Let's say you have a loop with drums and bass. And you want to sidechain the bass. Okay, so here's what you do. You go to your kick. See, I've got the bass going into the bass bus and the sub bus. So I'd need to send the kick to the sub and bus. This track, sidechain to this track. Right. Okay. I would go to a limiter and say I would like to be sidechained at the kick. Okay. So far so good. Same thing for the bass. Right. It seems to be working. Okay. Now, since this is drum and bass, you would probably want to sidechain to the snare also. Like, I always do that. Really, really hate when there's sub under the snare. You know what I mean? It just grinds my gears. So for that, obviously, you would need to have another limiter, right? So sub bus. Right. Okay. So we need a limiter. Lay on it, please. And yeah. All right. So variables and good old-fashioned threshold and ratio business. Right. So this is ducking only by the snare. So. Okay, cool. As you noticed, these envelopes right here they're not exactly very tight, right? Also, you need two limiters in order to achieve the sidechaining. What if I told you, just by using a sidechain bus, you could have that without, yeah, you could have that without using a second limiter. So, I'm gonna send these, not the second snare, or maybe the second snare too. Now they're in here, and as you can see, this is usually where I put my sidechain bus, right at insert 1. So I can Yeah, I have that set up in my template, so it already sidechains the other buses. It doesn't sidechain these two, because they are routed into the tonal bus. Okay, so I've set that up. Right. Okay. Now is the point where, like, if you have already got a sidechain input bus that is not routed to the master, right? That's when regular people would use a ghost sidechain. But I am so fucking lazy that I'm not doing this, right? A ghost sidechain usually helps you achieve a more, like, a tighter sidechain. But since you have this this sidechain bus, like, a ghost sidechain is when you use a different signal than your actual drum to trigger the sidechain envelope. So if I were to just send a little bit of white noise, like just a white noise burst every time a kick and a snare hit is playing into this track, it could also work. But that means another generator, so I don't do that. What I do is I stick a limiter on here, right? So, and what I do is I increase its attack time to past 50 milliseconds, pull the threshold almost all the way down, and make the ratio as unforgiving as possible. And now what's coming in look a bit like this. Alright. So now I'm gonna select that as the sidechain. Put these limiters and see how tight it is. That's a lot tighter. That is a lot tighter. Cool. Okay. Turn the release time down. You can see the curve is actually wobbling around quite a bit. So, in order to get rid of that, what I do is I stick another limiter on here. And this one, sure they have no delay on them. And this one just gates away the rest of the waveform. And this becomes this, which means we don't have any more wobbly weirdness in our sidechain envelope. And that effectively turns a sidechain, a regular sidechain signal from the actual drum that's playing, into a ghost sidechain click or a white noise burst. Because what's essentially left, if we were to listen to this, all the other stuff. Mute, 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 mute. It's just clicks. It's just the initial transient, like the very first bit of the waveform gets blown up and gets basically turned into a click that way, because everything else is gated away. And that's how you can be professionally lazy. Usually I have it set up like this. I even saved my own little mixer preset for that, sidechain trigger distillator, and dock it to the left. And then I have my sidechain input. Right. So there you go. This is how I sidechain with Frigilimiter. And you'll be able to get a very, 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 very tight sidechain with that. Okay. I'm going to link to this little preset that I made in the description, and I hope you have fun with it. Right. See you whenever I feel like making another one of these. Bye. Blah.